Oh my God. Welcome to another breakdown video, guys. Well, my name is Sobakel. Most of you guys know me, all my 10 followers, subscribers, or 10 viewers. But before I get into anything, I'd like for you guys to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Obviously, this is like goes without saying. And I'm actually going to break down the market. Today, usually I break down a few, probably two or three. Today, I'm probably going to break down 6, 7, 10. Break down a lot of currency pairs. But now, I can't find my pen. You know what? I was using this nigga right now. This nigga is gone. Where is you, man? Guys, please be patient with me as I'm looking for my pen. Where's my pen? Come on. Where is you, man? Did you look at that? Wow. Okay, guys, it seems like I found my bracelet. What? Instead of finding a pen, I find a bracelet. What? You know what? This is not working out for me. Clearly, the pen. What's wrong? Okay, let me not waste your time, guys. So today we'll start with obviously Gbpjpy. I did analyze last week, and I was like, okay, guys, where's my pen though? You know what, guys? Oh, here is it under the piano. Okay, I found my pen, guys. So obviously we'll be analyzing Gbpjpy first because it's the first one on the list. And I did analyze. Let me just get into the candles. I did analyze and I was like, okay, we're going to buy and get to these areas. As you can see, we're not there yet, but then that's where we headed, to these areas. So basically for me right now, that's something that I'm not going to change. It's like, okay, we still headed that way, As you can see, this is a correction. Clearly, this coming week, we're going to impulse to the upside or correct to the upside in a way that we are preparing. Let me see. Oh my God. In a way that we are preparing to go down. You understand me? I'm sorry about these notifications, guys, but it's part of being part of social media, man. Social media is so. Let me see if I can break down some of these, but then for now, I'm saying to you, all you can do is wait for the market to just touch these areas again, probably if possible, and then you put your buys here. Right, if I'm not in this trade, obviously, right now, right? I did analyze it just for the game. But if I was in the trade, obviously I was going to lock my profits here after this correction, after we impulsed up, and then we retested here, I was going to lock in my profits here. And then after we broke this, because this was initially going to be my first TP, right? I was going to wait for it. As you can see, it broke out in a more corrective, in a more impulsive manner. So I would have been out of the trade because after it impulse like this, I was probably going to move my stop losses to these areas, and then of course with this movement here, it was going to take me out. So right now, what I'll do is wait for another touch on this, or maybe just enter wherever the market is now. Right, you can just even enter, but now this one is not a good one for me. I do not recommend this, especially if you were not in this major one, because as you can look at the risk to reward ratio. 1.4 is not that rewarding. So, but then as you can see, this one was like 4.8. It was rewarding. It is rewarding. So that's that. But then let's get into the video. I want to analyze, what are we analyzing? Euro USD. As you can see with Euro USD, I also said we will be selling, but then I didn't enter this one, and because this one was also my high probability trade because I could see what was going to happen, but then it didn't retest where I wanted it to, so I didn't enter. But now it seems like maybe we might have something like this, and then we continue to the downside. For now, I'm going to wait for that, and that's when I'm going to enter the market, unless if maybe we break out again. As you can see, we tested our 0.5, so chances are we will be buying this coming week. Chances are we will be buying. Chances are we will be buying. Chances are we will be buying. Probably get something like that, and then continue to the downside with the market, because we haven't tested the 90% rule, which is this year. So that's what we're waiting for right now. This is what we're waiting for right now to test our 90% rule. So yeah, that's that for now. This is our USDJPY. USDJPY, my trade went against me, obviously. It did go against me. It did go against me, and I had a stop loss. I did enter this one because I also thought this was a high probability trade, as considering the fact that you know what, we are at the highest point in the market, and what goes up is bound to go down. So that was that. So I might as well just, probably this is our time to shine now. I don't know, but let me just break it down again. Let me just start analyzing with this one. Oh, I've got these days I've been using try and see my friends, when we're looking at the market here, meta, and then zooming in, we also realize that these are our turning points, important turning points. This is also our important turning point, as you can see. So I like to scale down to the I'd like us to go back into candles now. When we have to do right? And I still believe in this trend line of mine. I still believe this trend line will hold, right? That's that. And this is that. I still believe in cells. And also, with USDJPY and GBPJPY, there's correlation, right? You guys did see my buys there from GBPJPY, and usually I know this correlation, but then I try my best not to trade using correlations, because sometimes you'll say, okay, this is this, and then it's not that. But we at where at with GBPJPY we have reached we are about to reach actually a resistance area. So clearly the market here is still going to push up a little bit, so that when we sell in the GBP side, we are going to sell also here in the USD JPY. But then scaling down to the 4 hour, and also it might not be at the same time, but there's correlation here, because when you look at this, you can tell this is a correction. This is a correction. You can start selling, okay, start buying. Okay, I'm selling, okay, I'm buying, right? So now scaling down to another pair. What is this? Ooh, the DXY. I haven't analyzed this in a while. Ooh. So how about we analyze this? I'm going to start on the theory, obviously. But then I'd like us to focus on the most current market structure, like this and this. Let's focus on the most current market structure, where we are now. And we have this, and I'd like to do this actually. I don't like using a lot of lines in my setups, so getting down to the 4 hour, what I want to do actually is something like this. You see here we had a double top, right? So I'm going to move this up here to consider this double top. And I'm going to draw my lines here to consider this area, because this is also a key area. So chances are when we get to these areas, we have another double top and we sell, we go to the downside, right? That's our first probability in this market. This also can be something like this. This also can be something like this. We headed to form a double top. This is our second probability that we headed to these areas to form a major double top. This is a small double top, but then we headed here to form a major double top. So now let's get into the 1 hour time frame to see what's happening. Now, this market is loud, guys. This market is loud. 30 minutes time frame, 15 minutes time frame. So now what we can do is wait for the market to tell us what's going to happen around these areas. We might sell, come back here, continue to the upside, or we might sell completely to the downside to complete this 90% rule here. But then we have two touches. So usually the third touch is the most influential touch in the market. So we might expect one here around these areas, or we might expect just a touch here and we continue to the downside. So that's what I'm saying about this. I don't have a specific outcome for that one. It's kind of all over the place. But then I would be looking for buys, honestly. I would even enter buys if I was risk trading. Remember, guys, there is risk trading and there is trading with caution and being patient with the market. For me personally, if I wasn't being patient with the market, I would draw this pattern here and realize this is a flag, right? A bullish flag. So obviously we're expecting a dead touch somewhere around these areas, and then we buy. We have this area also here that is marked, that we can mark ourselves. We enter our buys here and hold probably till these areas. Let me just give you a setup. This is a setup for the impatient traders. This is a setup for you guys. But then obviously for such trades, you need to have insane lot sizes, because I mean, why not? But then with the way this trade is moving, as you can see, this is like a U formation thing that's giving signal for something like that. That's what I'm feeling right now. That So that's that. We have our thing and then we have our correction because this motion is quite corrective here. So impulse come to these areas and then so yeah. Now I know. These are the two setups I'm giving you. And I know this is kind of redundant because I'm giving you a buy setup and a sell setup at the same time, but that's that. Should I analyze, well, I'll analyze Bitcoin in a different market? When was this? I analyzed this a long time ago. We did hit our first TPs. Oh, okay, I remember this, but then I'll not analyze that now. I'll analyze that later on. So guys, let me just save this video and then make another video because I'm avoiding making like long videos, because sometimes it's kind of like, why 80 minutes? It makes people feel like, it's too much. You have to learn without knowing that you are learning. You learn while enjoying.